I guess we're live. It's a small stream. I feel kind of sleepy because I must have gotten about 7 hours of sleep, but because of the other night, not able to get the 7 hours of sleep, it's the reason why I feel this way, kind of sleepy. Not bad though. I don't feel as bad as yesterday. Yesterday I was just like, yeah. So, anyways, gonna be here for a little bit because I have time to stream today. Unlike the last 6 days, I've been busy working, especially this week. This week was the most toughest one because I was working on shipping. And on shipping, I was the person who was in charge of basically organizing all the packages. And me, I just had this habit of going the extra mile in my job and do extra. So basically, I was walking a lot, and I basically did about over 10 miles a day of just walking back and forth and picking up boxes and all that, and organizing them and then putting them on the machines to wrap them up and stuff like that. So it's very simple, straightforward. But the fact that I was doing that for 14 hours, walking, yeah, it gets real tiring. Um, but I've done about, if I stayed another 6 minutes, I would have done a total of 69 hours in a total of 6 days. 69 hours. So I was that close of reaching that number. I could have stayed there longer if I didn't go to the dentist, which at the end I ended up not going because the traffic literally killed me. And yeah, I say, screw it. I still was going to go talk to the doctor to see if I was going to go, and they could recommend me to another dentist. But yeah, dude. Um, what was I going to do here? Let me put this over here. Uh, I haven't been caught up with what's been going on the internet, but I just found out supposedly Alex Jones' Infowars is completely gone now. But he's still going to be doing his show, but under another name. It's just the Infowars is gone. The name of it doesn't belong to him anymore. All right. It would have been nice, dude, if I had like, if the job was far, far closer, so I could at least have like about an hour and a half of free time so I could get back home. But that hour and a half is spent on the goddamn shitty ass goddamn motherfucking traffic. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I feel like checking it out. Where's the marketplace? Where the hell's the marketplace? I swear to God, I hate Facebook. I don't understand how in the world did Facebook became so popular over MySpace, because it's such a pain in the ass. They always seem to be changing things around to a point that it just makes it very annoying to figure out which is which. But I already found it. Um, That's pretty affordable. $800 apartment, considering that it's in LA. But the problem is, oh, and it's cat and dog friendly. But the problem is, it's in LA. Can I put it like that? Can you guys hear me like this? Yeah, I think it's better like that. Um, Sherman Oaks. Since I got time to research places, is it more north? No, that's too far. Ooh. Mm. Mm. Why are you moving? Moving. Your cats will be in danger. You can't leave the place you are in. What are you, my mother, dude? Because if you remember last year, I said so many times that I was gonna I was gonna move out of California after I had a large amount of money to have a huge safety net of cash, so I could, go move to another state. Blah 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 blah. Right. Then of course that situation happened with the health inspector that all my plans went out the window. And then I ended up finding a job here in California, and I figured, oh well, my plans of moving out of state is out of the question now that I got a pretty good job and I'm making some decent money. So the biggest challenge now is that the reason why I wanted to move to another state was because other states, the apartments and whatever, mobile homes and all that are a lot more affordable, right? And yes, I know people are going to say, yeah, but the wages are lower. The one thing you need to remember about me is that I'm not afraid of work. I don't pussy out when it comes to work. And I'm willing to do overtime. As right now, I'm doing literally 12 hours a day. This whole week, I did 12 hours a work shift. Not for a couple of days, 6 days, almost 6 days straight. Because yesterday I only stayed for about 10 hours. But yeah, that's my point. I'm not afraid, and that's the difference. I'll be making pretty good money with the hours I'll be doing at another state, and the homes and everything will be affordable. But because I'm going to stay here in California, the challenge is to find a decent place. Because in California the prices are bullshit. You know, don't you think the cats will be at risk? What do you want me to do? You want me to be with my relative for the rest of my life until the person passes away in about a couple years from now, and then I'm going to be stuck? Dude, the whole point is eventually I'm going to have to move out one way or the other. I'm not going to discuss pay. Right now, I'm just a temp, which means I work under the agency. I'm getting paid $1 less right now. Once the day comes that hopefully they'll make me a full-fledged employee and I work under that company, I get paid $1 more. And when I do overtime, I get paid even more. No, it's not 26 an hour. It's far less than that. But I'm making more money than I used to in my old baking job. At least with this job, I'm guaranteed to get paid every week. If you don't discuss pay, you will always be underpaid. Zoloff, I'm not one of those type of people that really be very picky with the money. I just make sure I get paid by all the hours I'm doing, and I'm good with me, dude. You know what I mean? I always be like, if you don't like the job that you're working at, then go look somewhere else. You know what I mean? So I'm happy with this job because I'm getting paid more than what I used to. I'm getting paid what I used to take me almost 2 weeks to get paid, or sometimes if I do more. What I used to make in 2.5 weeks in my baking job, I could possibly make it in 1 week. So imagine that, you know? Now at this job, if I get those OTs, I'm getting paid in 2 weeks what I used to make in my old baking job in 1 month. So yeah, I'm getting paid more now. The best way I could describe it as of right now, ever since I've been working at this company for less than 3 months, I've already earned like six. I'm not gonna say, but I went over 6 G's already. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, and I'm eventually gonna have to move out. Homie, don't discuss this shit with me because I've thought about that already and people have told me about that all the time. Once I become a full-fledged employee, then I'll talk about 401k and all that with them. Right now, I am just a temp. I'm just a newbie still. I work with the agency. Once I become a full-fledged employee, then I could discuss about them. They'll just discuss that shit with me once the day comes that I become a full-fledged employee. The hell? Right now, I'm just trying to create money. I'm not gonna be talking about, oh my god, once I get old, I gotta get, dude. I'm barely fucking 3 months in, barely 3 months at this new job. Relax, fucking relax. They seem to be happy. I'm working in one of the places where nobody doesn't want to really want to work, and one of the higher ups literally told me that he likes my work ethic. He likes the way I work. I'm always busy. I'm always trying to find something to do. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing, he said. I have a good work rhythm. I got a good work habit over there. What was the word he fucking used? God damn it. What is that word he told me? What do I need a passport for? Why the fuck would I need a passport? I don't work international, dude. Okay, where was this place? Damn. Why would it take longer to go through there? It's about no, my location. It's 13 miles between each other. Gotta find something a little closer, man. You need your papers for when ICE pulls you over in a unmarked car. Dude, I haven't even kept up what's been going on the internet, and I don't know if you're just fucking with me or not. But if you're not, dude, I'm not gonna be going and getting all worried about some dumb shit that happens. What I hear on the what you hear on the internet. You know, I'm never gonna be deported because I am a citizen. My driver's license is enough to show them. This place just keeps showing me in LA. I don't want LA, dude. No, 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 not 75 miles. Location. Let's try 10 miles. Damn, prices went up when I said that. Man, when they say this is a small one, this is a small room, man. No, Zillow doesn't really give me enough what I'm looking for, dude. I'm looking for like I go to Facebook Marketplace and you got individuals selling like, you know how some people have like rooms on the back of their houses or like little small time like apartments and all that that you don't really see on Zillow. You could find those type of people on Facebook Marketplace. But again, I'm just trying to look into to give me an idea. I have different things I could go for: apartment, travel trailer, parked stationary living on a fucking community park, but the community parks charge too much. I'm just looking for different options, dude. Okay? Different options. That's all I can say. You ask to be relocated when you're a full employee? No, they're not going to relocate me where? Where exactly? Mother-in-law apartments, kind of. What is a mother-in-law apartment? Can you explain that? Where is Hills at? Because I put that 10 miles between where my job is at. So let me see. It's only 11 miles. Interesting. It's only 11 miles. It's only 19 minutes, but it will take me 40 minutes knowing the fucking somewhere closer. Give me somewhere closer, but a little bit more affordable. You could relocate to Vegas or Arizona. A mother-in-law apartment is a place to live, connected or close to the main house residence. No, dude. Why would I want to relocate to Vegas or Arizona? This company doesn't have those type of locations in those areas. The other, this company's other locations are in the UK. And then there's another one, but why would I want to ask to be located there, dude? Why the hell does this thing fucking Facebook Marketplace literally tells me, oh, here's a place. It's like over fucking 20 miles. I wasn't asking for 20 miles, dick. I was asking for goddamn somewhere close to where the job is at. And it's got a bathroom. It's got that. It's a studio apartment, but it's just a room in a house. Nah, no, thank you. I'm not going to be staying inside a room with somebody else. No, thank you. I've been doing that for mostly my whole life. No, thanks. Would you live in the UK? I probably would. But would I move over there? I don't know. First of all, I don't even know what it's like in the UK, dude. I don't know. The way you said it, it makes it sound like, oh, I could relocate easy. I could, but I need to find out prices, how it's like to pay. What's the money like over there? Again, I'm barely a new guy. I'm still working with the agency. Whenever that company's going to be hiring people, this is why I'm taking a lot of overtime. This is why I'm trying to show everyone that I'm willing to work extra. I'm willing to be one of those less people where there's not much any complaints about me. I just want to be recognized as somebody who's willing to work hard and go extra mile. You know what I mean? And that's what I've been doing. So whenever they are going to start hiring people to work within the company, hopefully with what I'm doing, they'll be like, hey, let's get this guy. This guy's worth it. You know what I mean? That's what I heard. It's cold and cloudy. The UK is a surveillance state, but the US is well and about to get way, way, way worse. We'll have to show your ID for everything using basic internet. Well, that's where. Well, first of all, we always knew that was going to happen. We knew we were going to head that one way or the other. I'm going to be here for a little bit, and then I'm going to head out to. I'm looking at the name of the street. This is 9 miles. Okay, if it's 9 miles, how far is it with? Okay, I see. It's 10 miles from apart. Interesting. That's all the pictures are showing. Master room. No, thank you. I'm not going to be in a room in a house with people, and I don't know how they're going to be like living. They could be one of those people who like to play loud music, and it's going to be a pain in the ass. You're old enough to know that the first rule of being online was never give your info out. They are going to attempt to force people to dox themselves. What are you talking about? Are you talking about the government? Or are you talking about like what I do here? Because obviously I know that you're not supposed to, it's not a good idea to give out your information, but what are you talking about right now? Are you talking about the US government keeping tabs and surveillance? Dude, I'm sure they've been doing that ever since. They've been doing that already, I believe. I think they've been keeping tabs on people. Yeah, they've been keeping tabs on people for the longest, in my opinion. I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing that. And I wouldn't be surprised if later on we reach to that point that they're going to start doing that in front of our faces, and people are going to get so used to it they're going to be like, oh, okay, it's cool. Yes, it happened, but they will be amping it up completely. Well, that's expected. I expect that to happen. And then there's going to be people who are going to be cool with it. And of course, we're going to have people who are going to be pushing back saying, no, we're not going to allow it. But like it or not, it's the fucking US government. It's the fucking elites. All right. What can you do? Nada. What the hell? 1 bed, 1 bath, 1100. No, this is inside a fucking. This is a bedroom. No, thank you. Fuck that. I don't get it. Is this 1 bed, 1 bath? Is this a house or what? Se renta? Oh no, great. It's Spanish. Solo para un solo persona. Bye bye. Dos habitaciones, un baño. Washington. Not fighting back is the worst thing. Homie, everybody keeps saying we need to fight back, but when do we ever see people fighting back? Give me an example that the government did something that fucking people stood up and then the government just said, cool. No, people are not going to fight back over it. All right? We're going to hear a bunch of shit on the internet. We got to fight back. We got to. And those people say that they don't even fucking preach they don't even do what they preach. You know what I mean? So fuck it. I don't care. What about Luigi? Dude, Luigi shot someone on the back, coward. And then once the whole case comes and goes, everybody's going to move on and he's going to be someone to be forgettable. He didn't cause a revolution. It's going to be one of those things that people are just going to talk about it for a while. And then once the court case and the fucking verdict comes in 20 years from now, because we know how long it takes the fucking court cases to reach a verdict. And then once that happens, guess what? Nobody's not going to give a fuck anymore. You know what I mean? If that's the guy who you're talking about. And yes, I'm not surprised that happened to somebody from the you know, who is he? Like a medical insurance guy? Okay. I kind of get why he got shot up because these people are fucking dickheads. The fucking the medical insurance or whatever they're called, right? I get it. I hear stories of what some of these companies have done to people who are sick, and yeah, I kind of do get. I'm not the least bit surprised that somebody like, oh my god, this guy who works in the who's like one of the like top guys in that company. Why did they kill him? I'm not surprised by it. I'm not shocked. Hear fucking fucked up stories about the company getting rid of a father because they didn't want her to pay the fucking the father's little girl's medical expenses, and then the other story about the fucking medical insurance didn't want this other woman to stay at a fucking hospital because they didn't want her to pay like the extra days, and this doctor is in the middle of trying of doing like surgery on her breast because I think she had cancer. I heard a story about that too. Let me see if I could look for it to confirm it, because I don't want to be one of those people that says, "Oh, I heard about this story." Okay, where's your confirmation? I can't find this thing. The guy who went after a BlackRock executive, they suppressed it and said he was going after the NFL. You're dismissing someone who actually did something to help stop the corruption. That is an example. Dude, the corruption is going to keep on going, brother. The corruption is just going to keep on going. Like it or not, this shit's going to keep on fucking going, dude. It's probably going to take more than just one person to start something. This isn't like the movie what's that movie called? What's the name of that movie? God damn, se me olvidó cómo se llama. No, not Viva Vendetta. It's from Paul. Let me go look. Rampage, was it? Yeah, Rampage. The final third movie of Rampage, he dies, but he started an entire thing where all the fucking regular citizens got armed and they went on shooting like a lot of the rich people, the elites, and all that. This isn't the movies, dude. One person's not gonna fucking start the whole thing, dude. Hey, Fonzie. Mm. Backdoor sluts 9. What is that? South Park reference, right? I don't know, dude. It's like I don't know. Over the years, I always heard about, oh yeah, they're gonna start something. It's like, dude, it doesn't happen. It never happens. And to tell you the truth, I really don't care because I'm so occupied with work that I don't even really be too obsessed with the internet anymore. What I mean by obsessed, I'm not like, looking at what's going on the internet. I'm not one of those people. Even back then, I wasn't those type of people who were like, oh, that's what's happening in the world right now, man. That's what's happening. Oh my God. No, I'm not those type of persons then. I'm definitely not a person like that now. Once you step out into the real world and you start working, you don't really pay attention to what happens or what they're saying on the internet. I'm sorry, but I'm just not into that. I wonder if MM4 has gotten the girl to fart on her cereal yet. This guy had a fucking chance to have a fucking girl with the fat ass that he had the chance to sleep with, but he backed out. Did you watch the tentacle alien grape film we talked about months ago? Yes. And me and fucking Jill, especially Jill, are fucking pissed off at you, dude. Okay? Yeah, that's true. I was unsure of one. But if it was, what can I do? It's done. Right? Anyways, I'm live streaming, and Pink Panther just said, "Did you watch that tentacle alien grape film we talked about months ago?" And I just mentioned, yeah, and you fucking pissed me and Jill off because we were expecting raw dogging tentacle fucking. Oh well, yeah. Yeah. I'm sure that happens. I remember one time I was looking at a thick girl, and I just looked at her in one of those webcams, and then she let one out. I'm like, motherfucker, and then I just left. I was like, fuck that. I'm not into that shit. They want you wage slaving and passive. Well, the job, dude. Let me tell you something about me. I always find whatever job I get, try to do it the best you can and work hard. Okay. I just like to work. I want to earn a fat check. Okay. I like to earn a fat check. Sure, I don't have much of a life at this moment because I'm not really going out. All I do is work home, work home, work home. Today is Sunday. I should be going out, but I'm not really much in the mood of that. I think I might go out and hang out with my friend for just a bit because I keep looking at the time and I keep thinking, oh, it's 5 o'clock. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, holy shit, it's barely 9 o'clock. Holy shit, it's barely 12 o'clock. You know? They had a funny abortion in it. Really? I would have not mind watching Invincible. You know what I mean? I don't watch it because I don't have Prime, but I want to see if I could see it at some one of those shows because one of those apps that what is that thing called? The that I used to use a lot, but then they decided that they're gonna stop, Cinema HD. I used to watch all the shows and now they just stopped and it's not working anymore, basically. I would like to watch Invincible. LOL, what? No. We were hoping to see that. Because I was imagining, okay, it's an alien, it's using tentacles, there's gonna be sex. Okay. If you're gonna make a movie about that, go all out. Have the alien fuck the shit out of her. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Like, I'm here to watch some fucking degenerate stuff. All right. Jill and I were looking forward to that. And it was just mostly talk. There was probably like maybe 2 scenes with the fucking tentacle, and that was pretty it. It was like, what the fuck is this? Just a bunch of blah. There's a gay sex scene, and it's like with 2 dudes. I'm like, I need to keep her to watch 2 dudes. I want to see a fucking tentacles wrap itself up with the girl. You made a movie about a fucking alien banging a human girl. Fucking go all out. You might as well. Wasting my fucking time on that. MMF4 would have paid good money for that. Good for what? It wasn't bad for attempting to be a mainstream movie, I guess, but it's like the way you promoted it. I guess maybe because I've seen anime and all that. You know how it is when they always talked about tentacles or they show tentacles and all that. I don't know. I was hoping for something like that, but live action. But no, we're not doing that. Really, I don't know what that show's about. If I have time to watch it next Sunday, I will. Mm. Looking at a video of a small little train, and there's a cat right there. That cat's gonna hit it. Oh, it didn't. There it is. Yep, there's a cat. Uh, I just gave you Prime, Netflix, Apple TV, Max, etc. Maybe you could have AI enhance it. Promise from the people who did Lost. Really? Don't use AI. I haven't been using AI at all, dude. What are you talking about? I haven't been using AI whatsoever. You know what I just realized? Wait, I already talked about this when I did a live stream when I was driving back home, right? Yeah, I already talked about like there's another proof that my dad did had money for me for his when he passed away. About when my PC got destroyed by my cat and it got urinated. My father, wanted to help me out and all that, and I said no. And he's like, "Don't worry, I'll help you out." And that was the time that no, I'll save up money and I'll get it later on. But at the time, Meow had cancer, so I was thinking about her medications first. And my dad said, "Don't worry, I'll get money out of your will that I have for you whenever I pass, and I'll just get that money and pay for it." So there's that. And then there's that other proof that my sister was literally telling me that fucking fucking 2.5, 3 weeks before he passed away, my sister was basically saying that, if you're thinking of giving us that money, like you say you have for all these years, just be sure you have an account for it. And my dad was like, "Don't worry, she knows, and if something were to happen, she's instructed to give you the money." And then my sister was like, "Based off what you've been telling me this whole time that you don't trust her with money," which is his wife, um, why would you trust somebody like that who you claim that you don't trust at all with money? And she's like, "Oh, don't worry. She's not that kind of person." And guess what? She fucking did it. She basically gave the middle finger to my dad, and she's keeping all the fucking money. No, I was supposed to have an inheritance. Oh, you don't know what's been going on, huh? My father's been telling me for over 20, if not more years, that he had money saved up for me whenever he passes so I could get the money. So just to fast forward all those years, he's been telling us over and over again. And finally, after he passed, I had the golden opportunity to accept the money the day after my father passed when I met her wife and his wife's daughter. By the way, my dad isn't blood related to his wife's daughter. That's from another marriage that she once had with another husband. And yeah, the wife literally told me in front of her daughter and in front of my sister that my father left money and he instructed to give the money to us. And I could have easily said, "Sure, give me the money right now." But because I gave these fuckers the benefit of a doubt and thinking, you know what, this is about my dad first. Now that they mentioned it, they're not going to sink low then. I'm going to give them the chance to prove that all this time they're not people who just care about money and nothing else. And they flunked it and they kept the money at the end. I said, you know what? Let's concentrate on my dad first. Once he's laid to rest, then we'll talk about the money. And now that time has passed, they're saying there's no fucking money. So 20 years I was been told I'm not getting it because most likely she's going to keep it. She's going to give it to her kids and her kids are going to give it to their kids. I got nothing bad to say about those kids because they don't know nothing at all. So what the fuck? No, it would work out if my father literally did what he was supposed to do for the last 20 years. And that is, the thing is, he did write something up. He wrote it in Spanish. And my sister found the paper where he signed saying that whatever money he has is going to be given to us. The problem is because of fucking the law and all that. First, it's in Spanish. It hasn't been certified, so they had to go to Mexico, get it translated over there, get it certified, bring it over here so they could certify it here. But even with that, the biggest issue is that my dad didn't make separate accounts for me and my two other siblings and put all the money he said he had into that. So just in case if something were to happen, his wife cannot touch that. She cannot touch that whatsoever. But my dad didn't do that because I don't know what was said over there, but my dad possibly thought that she was going to fulfill his wish on giving us the money if something were going to happen to him. Her daughter's not even, the wife's daughter is not even fuckable, dude. And especially what they did now with the money and they're keeping it and not honoring my father's wish. She is 100%, 1,000% unfuckable. You know what I mean? I don't know if my dad was cucked or not. He was a fool in that. I love my dad. Don't get me wrong, but he fucked up. He fucked up. At the end of the day, he screwed up. He should have just put the accounts and get that done. But I think my dad truly thought that his wife was going to fucking fulfill his wish. Which is whatever's, you know? But stop fucking fronting like you're some type of Catholic person. Because his wife always like acts like a really religious person. Because that's not you being a person. That's not Catholic. That's not Christian. Whatever religious you are, you're picking one of the seven deadly sins, which is greed and lust. Well, greed. All right, that's not Christian or Catholic, right? Am I right or wrong? You know what I mean? So the money I could have used to help me get a place or a trailer, a mobile home, or whatever I was going to do, it's not happening. Now I got to work my ass off. And it's the reason why I'm working my ass off right now. Fuck it. She could keep the money and shove it up her fucking ass. Her fucking 80-year-old ass. And I'm not going to say nothing bad to her kids. Because they don't know the full story and they have no idea what's going on. And if they're going to get the money, cool. It's not your money, but cool. All right. Never trust a boomer. It has nothing to do with being a boomer. Just get your shit together. All right. Especially when it has to do with money. Get your shit together, man. Because people will show their true colors once there's a good amount of money involved. That's where you get to see people's true colors. And right there tells me there was a large, good amount of money because my dad said there was a good, large amount of money. And she just decided, and they decided, fuck it, let's keep it instead. He's gone already. I would respect her so much more if she says, I decided I'm keeping the money because I feel like I deserve it and I want to give it to my kids. And I don't want to fulfill your father's wish. If you say that, I would respect you for it because I mean, I'm not going to be thinking of you less. I'll still think of you less of what you did, but I'll respect you that you admitted the truth. But you going around saying there's no money. No, the money that your dad made at the bakery belongs to me. Hey, that's not what my father said. But you know what? My father screwed up by trusting you. And he screwed up by not getting his stuff together. And because of those mistakes, you're reaping the awards. Enjoy it. Joe Goldberg. What's the name of fucking Marshall's other fucking account? Joe Goldberg, the real Joe Goldberg. God, I gotta look for that fucking X-File hot agent. What's the fuck name? X-Files. What's the name of that fucking woman, Scully? Okay, what's the name of that fucking where's the name of the show that she was in? Joe Goldberg, no. What the fuck isn't? Do you know? No, I already found it, but I don't know what's the name of the fucking Marshall's fucking name of his other account. Jim Norton? No. God, his fucking stupid ass names that he gets. I want to see what he posted up. No, because you know Marshall has 2 accounts, right? I'm at the real Joe Goldberg on TikTok. But what's the? I'm at Joe Goldberg TikTok, but I'm looking for his other one that he uses. Oh fuck, you're not on TikTok. Okay, cool, but there was another one he had. It's not the real Joe Goldberg. So fucking pissed off. Hey Jill, do you know the name of Marshall's TikTok account? It's not the real Joe Goldberg. What was the other one? I forgot. She has a great memory, so. I am so sick and tired of these fucking these news sites that place all these pictures that they're AI generated and they're not real freaking movies. I am so ticked off with that because I look at them like, is that a real one? And it's not. It's fucking not. Oh, great. What's the name of the motherfucking? Sex and the. I think this is the one. There it is. Got it. I found it. Sorry. Yeah, I found it. Thank you, though. Let's see what this dumbass put. Oops. Sorry, pushed the wrong button later. All right, so what the fuck did this idiot put? No, he hasn't put anything new. It's the same old dumb shit, man. This fucking dumb fucking idiot. It isn't a theory anymore. Slop piled on slop. Hey, people are going to keep using AI when people keep saying, stop using AI. The RAM prices are going up. It's giving these companies a reason to jack the prices up. You know, people are going to keep using it. All right? People don't have any self-control on anything. Especially for stuff like electronics or entertainment. No, they're not going to do it. What happened to fucking Switch 2? I'm not going to, no, man, we all need to send a message to Nintendo that we're not going to fucking buy it because their price is outrageous. We need to stand up in their business practices. We all need to come together. What happened? It became a high-selling system. Nobody even gave a fuck. Hell, I was close to buying a fucking Switch 2 today, and I walked away from it. I got the fucking money. I had already money right there in my pocket, ready to buy the damn thing. And I stopped myself from getting it because I said, wait a minute, why do I need a Switch 2 for fuck's sakes? Sure, I could play games on the go, But what goal do I have? I don't have a goal. I drive, I go to work, I go on break. And when I go on break, it's not a long break. 30 minutes seem long, but I got to do walking, get my lunch, eat, and I have 12 minutes left before my break's over. What? I'm going to play Switch for 10 goddamn minutes? And then when I get out, it's not like I'm going to get out and then go back home in less than 10 minutes. I got to deal with the piece of shit, bullshit LA County traffic. And God forbid there's a car crash because some dumbass wasn't paying attention on the road. Every fucking jabroni on the road is going to be slowing down instead of the 2 fucking lanes to the right. Everybody has to slow the fuck down. And then I'm stuck for over an hour and a half, if I'm lucky, 40 minutes to get home. I get home, I eat, I chill for about 20, 30 minutes, and then I go to fucking bed. Tell me, at which part of what I just discussed am I going to have time to play fucking Switch? So I was literally like thinking about it, and I'm like, no, I don't want to get. Sure, I have a couple games I could play, but it's not like I'll get the Switch and I'm like, wow, the Switch has changed my life. Wow, life is so much fun now. I don't even have time to play the Meta Quest. That's how busy I am. And you fucking think by me getting the Switch somehow it's gonna be, yeah. So it's like I didn't get the Switch. It's still tempting though, because part of me makes me feel like, dude, I worked my ass off, and I feel like fucking, and I deserve it, but I don't feel like getting it because there's no purpose right now for it. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I clicked the back button and it took me back. Good thing the thing didn't stop. Are you guys still here? You're a beaten down pleb. What do you mean I'm beaten down? Just like the system wants. Well, homie, I have to be part of the system because the bills got to be paid. Like somebody left me a comment, job destroys art. Well, that art that I have didn't pay the bills, so that's why. I never bought the Switch 2, never will. Hey, that's your decision, man. The one system I probably would like to get is a Steam Deck because I heard you could play like fucking Switch games on it. But at the same time, I don't need a Steam Deck because I don't have the time to play games. I could, but I'm going to get less sleep. If it wasn't because of the drive I have to deal with, I would have had at least maybe 2 hours of free time, which would be awesome. But because I got to deal with the fucking shitty ass traffic, that fucks me hard. Fucks me hard, dude. I spend more time on the fucking freeway because everybody's slowing the fuck down. There's too much bullshit traffic, and it's just so fucking goddamn aggravating, dude. I got to deal with that shit. Let me read this because somebody pointed out something that his mom talked to. Because Marshall mentioned his mom, and I was like, I didn't read that part, so let me read it. How is gas prices? Pretty much the same. It's not as high when Biden was president, but it is high. It's a stupid fucking war, dude. What a dumbass fucking war. I don't want to hear no dumb bullshit about it's just going to be temporarily. Dude, I don't trust when people, especially from the government, says, don't worry, it's going to be temporarily. Yeah, sure, it's going to be temporarily. And of course, I heard they're using that whole fucking, the same fucking words, just like what happened with 9/11, weapons of mass destruction. We have to stop because they're going to, they could possibly destroy us. Oh, shut the fuck up. I don't know. Here we go again with this shit. Yeah, and then fucking people get rich, and then the fucking lesser people get killed, and they have to deal with all this shit. This shit's fucking dumb, dude. You know, I'm honestly sick of this idea that the only time that we as men receive unconditional love is from our mothers, which is total bullshit. That couldn't be further from the fucking truth. I say this because some man online will stupidly claim that a mother will love her son when he has no one, no job, no money, nothing to show or offer for himself. And I honestly got to say that is a flat out fucking lie. I know from personal experience, as long as I don't have a wretched ass wage slave job, my mom doesn't love me. She gets annoyed with me. She constant pressures me to get a job, nags me sometimes, gets really frustrated with me that I don't have a job. It just makes me feel as if my entire self-worth is determined on getting a job, working a slaving away with very little to no freedom until I retire at 65. That is just painfully depressing, even when I consider that fact or think about it. It just really weighs me down and devastates me. And my mom has no idea or clue how hard it is to be a man nowadays. What men are up against. This fucking bum. He's writing this as if like he got yelled at by his mom, or he had like a fucking discussion with his mom and he just got so annoyed, and he doesn't like to be told because he has to face the facts. He has to get a fucking job in order to be part of society. Like it or not, Marshall, you know, unless you want to be a homeless guy, go ahead. But if you want to be, you know, you got to be part of society and get a job, for fuck's sakes. And she just honestly doesn't care. I can tell whenever I try talking to her or explaining my situation in life or try to talk to her about who and what I am. I would want to know the discussion he had with his mama. I want to know the discussion he had with his mother, man. Really. Did Marshall actually told his mother, Mom, you don't understand me. I'm a black pill incel. I'm a virgin. Mom, Mama, I'm a depressed individual. You know, I'm a depressed guy. You don't know what it's like, Mom. You don't know what it's like getting not able to have sex when I was in middle school and high school. You don't know what it's like, Mom. I have it hard. I don't want to go to work. Dude, that would definitely sound like some kid like around his 16, 17 years old. But Marshall, you're fucking going to go to your 30s and you're arguing with your mother like that, or you're talking to your mom like that. If that conversation's like that, oh, dude, I would love to hear the conversation they're having. Why I don't want to work for or take any part in an ultra feminist society which literally hates man, especially if you're white, that is, constantly judges us, puts insane unrealistic expectations and pressure on us. Marshall, you're going based off fucking the internet, dude. You're just going based on the internet. Trust me, if you go to work and you don't fucking be constantly thinking about all that dumb fucking internet crap they be talking about all the time, if you could separate the two from what happens on the internet versus real life, it's not that bad. Really, it's not that bad. You're not going to see like feminists and all that, like what you see on the internet happening in all the jobs. Okay? There's a lot of people out there who just want to fucking work, make money, and go back home and be with their loved ones and family and all that. Okay? Not everything's about, oh yeah, you know, the patriarchy. I don't like white men. I don't like this. I don't like that. Please, motherfucker. Calm the fuck down. Our society doesn't love, care about, or respect man, and honestly never really has, since we're always been expected to be the providers, the breadwinner, the protectors, and whatnot. But Marshall, didn't you said in the past, is anybody here? Let me look it up because I don't know. It'd be funny that somehow it caused me backing away from this, caused the stream to die down. Let me see. I guess it works. Let me see. Yeah, it works. So, yeah. So what I was going to say is that our society doesn't care about or respect man, and honestly never really has, since we're always been expected to be the providers of the breadwinner. But Marshall, you always talked about having a traditional wife and that traditionalism, or whatever you want to call it, traditional's not around anymore. It's all modern, and women are sluts and bitches, and all the women take it up the ass and blah 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 blah, and suck dick and OnlyFans. But Marshall, you said that you want a traditional wife. Okay, if you were able to find a traditional wife, guess what the husbands had to do? The one thing that you're afraid of, and that is work. You see what I mean? It's like you can't have it both ways. You can't fucking say that you bitching and moaning about you don't like the way society is. You wish it could go back how it used to be. Guess what, Marshall? The guys have to be the breadwinners in the family. And that is the one thing you don't like. But you wanted to go back to how it was like that. Yet at the same time, you don't want to work. Oh my God, that everything would have worked out. Isaac just should have what? Isaac just should have been let have sex with his sisters, dude. Would his life get better if he banged one of his sisters, dude? I don't know. Since we're always been expected to be the boy and whatnot, while women just sit around home receiving all the benefits and privilege of society of exiting as a woman, it's irritating as fuck to say the least. Again, Marshall, you want a traditional wife. The wife will stay home, take care of the kids, take care of the house, take care of their husbands after they come at a long days of work. Okay? Yet you're bitching and moaning about women being at home. Who fucking gets you, dude? Don't you think that's really fucking strange that Marshall's saying this? You want everything to be traditional, but you don't want to work. But in the traditional times, the guys had to be breadwinners. Well, it also depends too. What does he mean by traditional? Is he talking about traditional like the 18th century or 19th century when everybody had to work? Women, men had to work? Or is he talking about the 50s and 60s where it just seemed like the woman would stay at home? And I would imagine that not every woman was like that. But let's say the majority of women back then were just staying at home, taking care of the kids, being a good housewife, and then he talked about a good God-fearing Christian woman. But here in the same time, he says that it pisses him off that women are at home, and he hates that they expect him to go to work, but he wants it to be traditional again. Women nowadays are seriously out earning men. They're going to colleges or universities more in order to get higher, better paying jobs. It just really depends what people going for in colleges and universities. Unless they go and become a doctor, then yeah, or something in the medical field, then yeah, fuck yeah, they're gonna be paying they're gonna be paying well because they're gonna be, doing those type of studies and all that, and pursuing a career like that. Then yeah, if you're talking about somebody who's going to all these weird sessions about social justice or whatever, then that's pretty pointless. But yeah, women nowadays are seriously out earning men. They're going to colleges. I already read that. They can make money doing OnlyFans, Instagram, TikTok, X, Twitch, YouTube, and many other platforms. I really envy women for how easy they have it in life. And yet all they do is complain. It's never enough for them. They're so ungrateful. Well, Marshall, there's a fat guy who fucking made money on OnlyFans, or I don't know what he did, and all he did was ate food, or he used to smash stuff. I don't know. My mom always makes up. Okay, here we go. This is the part that somebody was telling me since last week. Man, you should have read the rest of the part because he talks about his mom. So here we go. My mom always makes up some bullshit ass fucking excuse for why she can't listen to me and what I have to say. Maybe, just maybe, again, I don't know what goes down in the Holmes family, but I think possibly your mother is tired of your excuses, because if you always had this argument between you and your mom for years and years on end, maybe she just reached to that point that enough, I don't want to hear your your excuses because you keep telling me the same old thing over and over again. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to listen to you because I know what you're going to say. Maybe that's the reason why, Marshall. Anyways, in regards to some of her daughters or the state of modern day women as a whole, I'm literally so misunderstood, not only by both my parents and my dad, even who's pretty blue pilled and always has been. Then my youngest brother, who's 4 years younger than me, so 25 and also blue pilled, even though he's a virgin himself, he is completely blue pilled and acts like all the suffering I've been through is entirely my fault. Yes, it is. Your brother has a point. Woo, man. Oh, my God. Hey, what's up, CJ? Your brother has a point. It is entirely your fault, dude. You hang off too much in the past, dude. I'm told that by my dad, my mom, and my youngest brother. Here, let me... I don't know if you're watching this, but let me read the thing that you were so wanting me to read on his account. Let me go back. Guys who are watching these, you're like, no, don't go back. I don't care. This person was wondering. So, why I don't want to work for or take any part in an ultra feminist society, which is literally hates man, especially if they're white man, that is, constantly judges us, puts insane, unrealistic expectations and pressure on us. Our society doesn't love, care about, or respect man, and honestly never really has, since we're always been expected to be the providers, the breadwinners, the protectors, and whatnot, while women just... I'm sorry, it just makes me laugh because it's like, dude, you want everything to be traditional. And when you mean by traditional, if you're talking about the 50s and 60s where women stayed home and the men were the breadwinner, but you don't want to be the breadwinner, and it annoys you that women are at home, even though you want it to be traditional, it just makes me laugh when I read it because he really like confuses himself and he just says like random stuff that makes no sense. You can't have it both ways, but anyways, our society doesn't love, care about, or respect men, and honestly never really has. Okay, I already read this part. Since we're always been expected to be the providers, the breadwinner, the protectors, and whatnot, while women just sit around at home receiving all the benefits and privileges of society of existing as a woman. It's irritating as fuck, to say the least. Again, he wants it to be traditional where the women were the fucking ones who took care of the house, the kids. They stayed at home all day, and Marshall and the man was the breadwinner, and he wants it traditional. But at the same time, he hates the fact that he would have to work, be a protector, and provide. It irritates him that a woman is at home, even though he wants it traditional. Sorry if I'm repeating myself, guys. It just blows my mind. Women nowadays are seriously out earning men. They're going to colleges or universities more in order to get higher and better paying jobs. They can make money doing OnlyFans, Instagram, TikTok, X, Twitch, YouTube, and many other platforms. I really envy women for how easy they have it in life, and yet all they do is complain. What do you? I didn't read that part. For some reason I missed that part the first time. What do you think? What do you think you're doing, Marshall? It's never enough for them. They're so ungrateful. Okay. Let's read the next part. My mom always makes up some bullshit ass fucking excuse for why she can't listen to me and what I have to say because she's tired of you nagging and giving out excuses. You've been doing that for years and she doesn't want to hear it anymore. In regards to some of her daughters or the state of modern day women as a whole, I'm literally so misunderstood, not only by both my parents and my dad, even who's pretty blue pilled and always has been, Then my youngest brother, who's 4 years younger than me, so 25, and also blue pilled, even though he's a virgin himself, he is completely blue pilled and acts like all the suffering I've been through is all entirely my fault. I'm told that by my dad, my mom, and my youngest brother that I have three void sisters in my family. What the hell is this? I have 3 void sisters in my family. Okay, I see. My life is a living hell, honestly. Nobody knows what it's like to be me or what I've been through mentally and psychologically. So this whole idea that the only time men receive unconditional love is from their mothers is one of the biggest, most bullshit, hilarious lies I ever heard in modern times. It's called tough love, Marshall. Your mother is trying to look for the best for you by forcing your lazy fat ass to go to work. You may be skinnier than me, but you have the mentality of a fat fuck. Me, my ass is wide, but I don't have the mentality of a fat fuck. Unless you present me a bowl of food, then yeah, I turn into a fat fuck. But anyways, so this whole idea, blah, 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 the most bullshit, hilarious lies I ever heard in modern times. I say this as a man. You're not even a fucking man. You don't even want to go fuck the lovely Jessica, whatever her, or the lovely that white girl with the fat ass. You didn't want to do that because she was a hooker who's always loved and care about my mom. I say this as a man who's always loved and care about my mom a lot, but she always shoots me down with her words. She doesn't care one bit about my suffering, and due to her trauma, she doesn't have it in her to care because she's tired of your bullshit. It's the same shit when I talk about about me moving out. It's like there's a group of people that think that they're tired of my bullshit. They're tired of my bullshit saying I'm moving out and I'm still here. There you go. Oh my God, shit was hilarious. Marshall dissing blue pill cocks while being fully supported by a blue pill cock is what? I gotta read this. CJ Real Rich Boy Living. Marshall dissing blue pill cocks while being fully supported by a blue pill cock is wild. Oh, dude, the way you put it, holy shit, that is actually hilarious when you think about it. It kind of reminds me of people who live on, people who live on fucking the government, right? There's nothing wrong with them. They're healthy. They're able to work. They're able to walk. They're able to talk. They have no problems, but they live off the government. And they have the audacity to talk shit about people and all that. It's like, motherfucker, these people who you talk shit about are the ones who are fucking providing you all the things because you're too fucking lazy to go get a job. Just shut up and appreciate that the government's doing this for you, man. Holy shit, is that it? Oh, man. How I missed this from last week's streaming. Man, it's hilarious.
Do I need it?
Women can always get away with hating men all they want. And literally all. I don't want to read this. Wait, let me. Okay, it's only one. Let me read this one. Women can always get away with hating men all they want on literally all in any social media platforms. Marshall, go out and talk to people, okay? Fuck's sake, stop fucking. They can always get away with saying the most hurtful, judgmental, harsh, terrible things in regards to men. But the moment it's a man saying how much he hates women, lashing out against them, and saying very hurtful, sexist, misogynist things about women, then and only then it's a serious, severe problem. Here's the thing. Women can be just as equally misandrous towards men as men can be misogynistic and sexist against women. But of course, in our ultra feminist society, when women are such an annoying, protected cunts, people only freak out and lose their shit only when it's men hating women. But throughout all social media platforms, there's so much push and promoted content of women hating on men, bashing them, lashing out against men, constantly attacking men, verbally saying the most hurtful things about men, and yet getting away with it completely. Because whenever it's women hating on men content, they always get and receive comments supporting and encouraging their hateful, misandrous views on men. But the moment it's men hating on women, the comment section will always be an uproar. Marshall, get off the fucking internet. Get off the internet, brother. Like, fucking hell, dude. This is why you need to go and get a job, dude, so you could be stopped. Like, look at me, dude. I don't even know what the fuck is going on in politics. I just barely found out InfoWars is no more. It went to the Onion, supposedly. And it supposedly Onion said that we're going to make it goofy. Onion could make it goofy all they want, but guess what? It's not going to be entertaining or funny like when Alex Jones was running it. All right? You could try, but you're not going to get close to fucking Alex Jones. You know what I mean? That's what I heard. No more InfoWars, but Alex Jones is still doing his thing, but under a different name. This one here is about his freedom of speech and all that with YouTube. I can't go back to making YouTube videos, not unless the platform allows freedom of speech. Shut up. Okay, I've been here for an hour. Yeah, this was the shit from the X-Files and all that, so I was trying to remember the name and all that, Paul Spector and stuff. Anyways, that's it for today. Actually, that's it for this week. Because I'm probably going to go out right now. What do I need to do here? I'm going to put water on the grass, on the plants. Oh, I bought some brand new pillowcases because the new ones are small. And I was supposed to replace them, and it took me about 3 months, 4 months to do it. I finally did it. And then I'm going to go out, maybe go hang out with my friend if he's at his house and all that. So, yeah. Anyways, it was great. I might make live streams when I'm driving to work, but when you see one of these, if you somehow see me during the week, it's either one or two things. I somehow managed to come early and do it, or I didn't get OT. You know what I mean? And as of right now, I'm going to get OT for a while. So, yeah. Anyways, see you next Sunday or Saturday. Let's see. Later, guys.